absolutely do have a policy about writing political things on cups. Wanna know why I know that and why I'm so pissed off?
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. We have a great one planned for you today. But first, we need to thank today's sponsors. We have three of them. First is at Ned Frankly. Thank you very much, Ned, for your ongoing support and sponsoring today's episode. The second sponsor is at Mama J 1975. Yet again, sponsoring another episode, and we do appreciate your ongoing support and generosity. Thank you. And our third sponsor is at Major Chaos with a Z. Thank you very much, Major. I appreciate your contributions and ongoing support of the channel as well. All right, I hope all three of you are having an absolutely wonderful day, and let's get on with the rest of the show. Let's do it. All right, my friends, it is Meme Monday, and we've got two pretty good ones for you, and then we're going to get into some more serious items. But before we get into the memes, I just need to vent a little. Not vent, that's the wrong word, but so on Sunday, I posted a video. It wasn't the normal Dave show. It was a very short episode. It was a special edition, and I had a President Baby Trump, a Baby Trump character in there, and man, it just absolutely tanked. It was like nobody even knew it existed, and the episode before was phenomenal. Thank you very much for everybody that liked that episode. Got over 6,000 views, so it's just weird, the stark contrast. Like, I mean, the Baby Trump video didn't even get 200 views after a day. So almost a day. So I don't know. The algorithm is super weird. I'm still trying to understand it. But anyways, I just needed to get that off my chest. So let's get on with the memes, okay? All right, here's the first one. We're just looking for a better life, but so are we. This next meme really nails the mindset, I think, of most liberals out there. Let's check it out. Liberals absolutely crying and bawling, but let's see why they're crying. Oh, yeah, over a dead drug trafficker. Yeah, that's about right. President Trump over the weekend changed the dynamics of how Antifa is going to be treated. Let's check that out. At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force, if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Personally, I think that full force measure put in by the president, I think that's going to be needed. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily lethalities, but, I mean, maybe if shot in the thigh or something, shot in the butt, like something that's not going to be, permanently damaging to these people. But, if we had a few actual people shot, I think like 95% of these people would just not show up anymore and it would be over. But I don't know. Maybe that's a little harsh. Maybe I'm becoming a little jaded. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What do you think needs to happen here with these anti-ICE rallies that are happening and just the general violence that's ramping up towards federal agents across the nation? I think everybody that voted for President Trump is in favor of what he's just directed Pete Hegseth to do, to deal with Antifa and other domestic terrorists. But of course, we have guys like this.
My name is Captain Dylan Blaha, and this message is for all U.S. military service members, especially every general and admiral meeting with Pete Hegseth on Tuesday. I'm a 13-year U.S. Army veteran who served in Afghanistan and wrote war plans while stationed at U.S. Army Europe. This morning, Donald Trump directed Pete Hegseth to deploy the U.S. military to Portland, Oregon. This is the latest illegal attempt to normalize the use of the military in U.S. cities. He authorized the military to use, quote, full force. This is authoritarianism. This is fascism. The U.S. military is not a law enforcement force, and all federalized service members must abide by the Posse Comitatus Act. All members of the United States military must disobey illegal orders. I was just following orders is not a valid defense against war crimes. Grow a spine and stand up for your fellow Americans. Otherwise, you are complicit in this fascist takeover. We're running out of time.
David Alber says, when he references the Posse Comitatus Act 1878, he is correct. However, the Insurrection Act of 1807 allows the deployment of U.S. troops on U.S. soil for insurrections and civil disturbances. I believe a case can be made that the protesting at various ICE facilities counts. Well, of course it counts. If there hasn't been a situation to invoke this Insurrection Act, I don't know what would need to happen, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. I think I'm right. Sunday was a rough day, to say the least, for the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. First, our beloved prophet, seer, and revelator, Russell M. Nelson, died at the age of 101. He was a brilliant man, a heart surgeon that actually made several major advancements in the realm of heart replacement. He will be missed, but he's now back with our Heavenly Father and in a better place. And you know who else is in a better place? Well, the 4 members in Michigan that were savagely gunned down by an ex-Marine. He rammed his truck into the side of what looks to be a steak center, but I'm not sure. And he rammed his truck through, got out, opened fire. An elderly man was shot. Witness said that he shot a little girl in the back. Such a coward. And then he torched the building and then got into a gunfight with the police, and he got killed. So he's off the plane of this existence. Good riddance. There is probably some mental illness that has to be involved in this, I'm sure. It looks like he was a veteran from the Iraqi war. But this senseless violence towards Christians in this country really needs to end. President Trump made a statement saying that he's been briefed on the horrendous shooting that took place at the church. And he said that pray for the victims and their families. This epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately. But honestly, you know, what can be done short of something violent to stem the violence? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the solution is. But he's right. Something does need to be done. There seems to be this ramping up of evil in this country like we've never seen before. This is the type of Christian I want to be. However, with all the ramped up violence towards Christians in this nation, this is the type of Christian I am forced to be. Well, I hope not. All right, my friends, it is time. We have arrived at that liberal pool of madness, so sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone. I've covered it in the last couple of videos or so. There is a real problem with some of these Muslim immigrants that have been let into our country without any vetting whatsoever. And President Trump needs to seriously take a look at this. Now, fortunately, Texas just did something that hopefully will help stem the progress of this burgeoning Muslim nation inside our country. It's kind of scary, but take a look.
The ban on Sharia law in Texas is now strengthened.
The ceremonial signing met with cheers in McKinney. Governor Abbott flanked by lawmakers who pushed through HB 4211 in response, they say, to Epic City, a Muslim-centric community planned on the edge of Collin County, accused of housing discrimination.
This law prevents them from creating no-go zones. It prevents them from selling or renting land only to people who follow Islam.
Collin County State Rep Candy Noble co-authored the bill, citing Epic City's own words.
They said, we will limit sales to only persons we believe will contribute to the overall makeup of our community.
All lies, argues Epic City's attorney.
To be resolved by Texas law and Texas courts, not Sharia law.
Next, we'll listen to what the residents of Dearborn, Michigan get to listen to every morning and every night, and I think a few times during the day. This would be an absolute deal breaker for me. There's no way that I could live listening to this every single day. It would kind of drive me a little insane. Check it out. I'm sorry, I couldn't listen to that anymore. I'd rather listen to the screaming sheep.
Legends, especially to the gays in Michigan. How you going? Hi. Just a quick question, because you're all fucking so silent on this matter. How are you feeling about the gay pride flag being fucking banned over there? Are you guys all right? You're very, very silent. Is it because, you know, the right were right when we told you don't fucking march beside them because they fucking hate you? You know, all you dickheads, gay for Palestine wankers. Okay, now the fucking Islamists took your fucking pride to court. They won. So now your fucking pride flag's banned because it goes against their fucked up ideology. Anyway, haven't heard from any of yous. There's no rioting in the streets. Is it because you're a bunch of fucking hypocrites and you realise how fucking stupid you are now for, you know, sympathising with them when they don't give two fucks about you?
Well, I hate to say we told you so, but we told you so.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
The ICE agent that we watched in that altercation got suspended, and I guess there's an investigation. Let's check out to see what some other people have to say about this. Brother Prodigal says, "Hey Tom, fix this. He was assaulted. Suspend his superior." Mega Man Texas says, "That's unwarranted. He was confronted while doing his job. There should be a zero tolerance policy for anyone touching or interfering with the lawful duties of ICE agents." Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this isn't being enforced. It has the full backing of the president, and it's been that way for a little while now. I don't understand why these people aren't instantly being arrested and prosecuted. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. Roscoe Smith IV says, "She tripped over her own feet." And that's exactly what it looks like to me as well. It was just an unfortunate accident that they both tumbled, you know, over each other. Alpha Bravo says, "Last time I checked, what she did was assault an officer, which is a crime. So what's the problem here?" Rich says, "Show the beginning of the video where she is out of control and puts her hands on him. Looks like a prime example of FAFO to me." So I read that she was taken to a hospital and checked out for head trauma, of course, on the taxpayer dime. But apparently she's now going to sue ICE for what happened, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Now, the good news, the update to the story is that this gentleman has been put back on active duty after the footage was reviewed. As far as I know, that's the end of the story concerning that agent. So good news. This is what's supposed to happen. Now, hopefully that lady gets charged and, you know, whatever happens, because I really don't care at this point.
Literally, yes. This is exactly my point. I do not want to work. That sounds horrible. I'm just a pretty girl and I deserve to stay at home. But how's work for you today? How's that going? Do you love it? No one likes it.
So you look at me and you think liberal Democrat leader, right? Whatever, okay? But I love America. I love my f***ing country. I love it so much that I hate what's happening to this f***ing country. I actually want to cry every time I think about the American dream that I was promised as a child. I was promised the American dream. House with white picket fence, 2.5 kids and a dog and a job. And I want that. It's so simple, but I want that. I don't want to have to slave away to live in an apartment that I get nothing out of. I don't get anything out of spending money on an apartment every month. You get money out of owning a house. It's so stupid.
As I said the other day, if you want this darn civil war, bring it. Because there's more of us than there are Trump supporters. You know what? We all lose if we do a civil war. We all lose family members. We all lose friends. Not just us Trump supporters. It's all of us. Every last damn one of us. So if you want your little civil war, start it.
Wait, I'm kind of confused. You said that there are more of you than Trump supporters, but then you go on to say that you are a Trump supporter. So which is it? I mean, you can't be both. Those two statements can't be both true. I'm guessing you're not a big fan of President Trump, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Could be, but I'm probably not.
We're too... Okay, thank you. What we did want to say, Trey, come here. With these red noses, we're all about the clowns. People don't seem to understand the racial connotation behind the clown nose. It actually started as an anti-black caricature. I didn't know that until my friend, we're from Sacramento, he told me that today. So we're just going around and trying to make sure that, yeah, thank you guys. Can we take those to make sure we throw them away? Is that okay? Just throw them away. Thank you guys. Make sure, because we don't want someone else to accidentally pick it up and use it. So thank you. We're just going around letting people know that the...
DW says, yes, they really are that stupid. Anthony Galley says, I think it's racist for a liberal to not wear a clown nose. Sono IOX says, they'd believe anything they're told as long as it isn't something actually true. Good point.
You absolutely do have a policy about writing political things on cups. Want to know why I know that and why I'm so pissed off? Because I worked there for 2 years!
The operable word being worked.
I will never understand how it's considered criminal to move to a different country than you were born in, or to have a certain skin tone, but it's not considered criminal to persecute people based on those things.
Mark Colosio says, this is your daily reminder to avoid Tylenol while pregnant. That's funny. Blennyhan says, try walking into any other country and see what happens. Safe Free Speech says, with a 150 character limit, there is no point in trying to list everything she needs help with. My gosh. There is no way that was real. That had to be staged. You're trying to tell me that that guy didn't raise a single word to her cracking eggs and putting it into his bag? No. Not in the reality I live in.
I think I'm done with TikTok because I was originally on it to like find like-minded people and connect with like-minded people, and I don't know what Trump did to it, but it's not the same. I think I'm done because I feel like, and it's never a good experience for me anymore. And it used to be a positive thing that I had fun doing, that like I'd make videos and people would relate to them, and like it's not that anymore. I don't know why, but it's not what it was. And I think I'm done because I came here for a supportive environment. And instead it's just hate. That's all it is. And it's like a good metaphor for the world, honestly, in our country. people with no empathy that don't realize they're talking to real people with feelings, like, I'm done.
Pa, what does politically correct mean? Well, son, it means giving up your own opinions and beliefs in order to please some whiny little crybabies. That is very true. Oh, no. What led up to this? Like, honestly, jeez Louise. I think the UFC is missing out on an untapped market. I mean, could you just imagine how sparkly those championship belts would be?
For the person out there who's planning on doing it, you know, the thing that we all wake up every day hoping we'll see in the news, and we're like, man, no one's done it yet. Keep going. Your plan, it's gonna work. If not, it'll inspire the next person, and we are all rooting for you. You have our support, you have our admiration. We might make a national holiday out of you, and I will definitely put money on your books. And if you're into this sort of thing, I'll write you some letters of the naughty sort, should you find yourself behind bars for it. But we're all rooting for you and hoping that you do it quickly and get away with it. Power to the people.
He's trying to send the National Guard to Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 11 years, and I would love to see the National Guard go head-to-head with Chicago gangs. For real? He wants to put the army that trains part-time on the weekends against the Latin Kings? My money's on the Kings every time, all right? Every time.
Us and my body, your body, their bodies are home for the living God. Yes? Full of grace, full of truth. That is why I take my 11-year-old boy to drag shows in the summer with my friend and fellow church leader Kate and her 11-year-old boy. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to have a body, especially if you're a man. That bodies can be celebrated and played with.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
I want him to know that all bodies can shapeshift and be adorned with makeup and glitter. All bodies. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to live in his body, as long as his body is not hurting other bodies. Amen? I especially want him to know this if he turns out to be a heterosexual, able-bodied, and cisgendered man. I want to raise a boy who knows that he doesn't get to tell other people how to live.
That is perhaps, now I think it might be the most demonic, Satan-filled sermon that I have ever heard given from a pulpit that supposedly is in a church of God. But that had no ounce of godliness or the Spirit of God in that message. That was disgusting. And that lady needs to be looked at for pedophilia charges, I think. Taking her son to be touched and played with? Oh, come on, lady. That's just wrong on so many levels, and you're so totally blind to it.
I'm not even remotely worried about being killed by the police. You know why? Come here, let me tell you. Because I'm not a fucking criminal and I don't go around committing fucking crimes. Also, if I do interact with the police, guess what else I don't do? I don't fight the cops and I don't resist arrest like a moron. I don't know why they always killing us. Really? See, nobody cares about your skin color. Nobody gives a damn about your brown skin. See, it's your fucked up shitty behavior is why people don't like you. That's why I don't like you. You dumb stupid ass motherfuckers.
I don't know why no one's talking about this, but there is a mass exodus of U.S. citizens from the United States. Look, I'm a real estate agent in Costa Rica. I help foreigners move abroad, move to Costa Rica, and make a life here. I've been getting a ton of stories from clients who are absolutely spent. I'm working with a psychiatrist who helps teenagers, and When I asked her why she wants to move to Costa Rica, she said, "It's because I have lost all hope. My patients have lost hope. And what's worse is I have lost hope too. And how can I possibly be of service to someone else if I don't believe it's not going to get any better?" So what she's doing is saving herself, packing up her bags, and moving abroad. This is where we are.
Well, it sounds to me like we're winning.
Stay at least an arm's length away from an officer.
Stay at least an arm's length away from an officer.
If they tell you to back up, film yourself doing so.
If they tell you to back up, film yourself doing so.
Film horizontally.
Film horizontally.
Narrate what you're seeing in as much detail as possible.
Narrate what you're seeing in as much detail as possible.
Focus your filming on the agent's actions.
Focus your filming on the agent's actions.
Do not share footage publicly.
Do not share footage publicly.
Do not share footage publicly without permission of the person being detained or their family.
Without permission of the person being detained or their family.
Okay, honestly, how in the world are these people not classified as a cult? Seriously. It's time for Dave's Detox.
Did you do this right here?
Oh no.
Who tore that Kleenex up?
He looks pretty innocent.
Casey?
Yeah, that's the guy that did it.
Did you do that? I think you did.
Oh no! Save me!
All right, ready, on your mark, set, go!
Aw, what a little cutie! What is that? A bunny?
I don't know. I reckon it was
No,
a dead heat.
that's not a bunny. What was that? That's cute, but I still wouldn't want a pet mouse.
Birdie, look at her. Oh my god, she got it.
Oh gosh. Hey there, handsome.
Pollito.
All right, likes burritos.
Lechuga. Lechuga.
Not so much lettuce. Uh-oh, he's creeping. Bam! Oh, I love squirrels. They're so cute. Cat. Oh, that's funny. Stop. Why is she bummed out? The cat's actually affectionate. Oh, that's a smart bird.
Why are you stealing fries?
Because they're delicious.
All I'm saying is don't give me attitude.
All right, my friends, that is it for today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for all those that subscribed today, and for all those that hit that like button. It really does help with the algorithm and all that jazz. And if you decided to share today's episode, well, thank you very much. That was very nice of you. All right, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.